What if the reason you feel overwhelmed, stuck, or constantly behind in your studies has nothing to do with your intelligence, your discipline, or even your motivation, but everything to do with one silent mistake you make every single day without realizing it? A mistake that quietly drains your time, scatters your focus, and leaves you exhausted with very little to show for it. And that mistake is studying without direction, because most students sit down with their books and simply start wherever they feel like, jumping from one topic to another, treating every subject as if it carries the same weight, the same difficulty, and the same importance, when in reality, not all topics are created equal. And this is where the topic ranking method begins to change everything. Because instead of reacting to your study material, you start controlling it with intention and clarity. You begin by stepping back and looking at your entire syllabus like a strategist rather than a passive learner, identifying which topics carry the most marks, which concepts are repeatedly tested, and which areas form the foundation for other lessons. And once you see this clearly, something powerful happens in your mind, because confusion starts to fade and direction takes its place. And now you are no longer guessing what to study next. You are choosing with purpose. But the method does not stop at importance alone, because difficulty plays an equally critical role in shaping your study strategy, as some topics may be high in value, but also high in complexity, requiring more time, deeper focus, and repeated revision, while others may be easier and quicker to master, allowing you to build momentum and confidence. And when you combine these two dimensions, importance and difficulty, you create a simple but powerful ranking system that transforms the way you approach your studies, placing high importance and high difficulty topics at the top of your priority list, followed by high importance but lower difficulty topics, and leaving low importance material for later or lighter review sessions. And suddenly, your study sessions begin to feel more structured, more intentional, and far more effective, because you are no longer spreading your energy thin across everything. You are concentrating it where it matters most. And this shift may seem small at first, but it carries a profound impact, because time is your most limited resource, and how you invest it determines the results you will see. And when you start ranking your topics, you begin to respect your time in a way most students never do, turning every hour into a deliberate step toward success, rather than a random attempt at progress. And as this awareness grows, you will notice something even more valuable, a sense of control returning to your study routine, replacing the stress and uncertainty that once held you back. And in that moment, you begin to realize that smarter studying is not about doing more, but about doing what truly matters. As you begin to apply the topic ranking method, something subtle yet powerful starts to shift in the way you experience your study sessions, because instead of feeling lost in a sea of endless chapters and disconnected ideas, you now move with a sense of direction that keeps your mind steady and your energy focused. And this is where many students make a critical discovery that changes everything, because they realize that being busy is not the same as being productive. And for the first time, they start questioning how they have been spending their time all along. But just when this clarity begins to build, a hidden challenge emerges that most people are not prepared for. And it does not come from the difficulty of the subjects or the length of the syllabus, but from within, because your mind, which has grown comfortable with random and low-effort studying, begins to resist this new structured approach, pulling you back toward easier, less important topics that give you quick satisfaction without real progress. And this is the moment where the true test begins, because even though you know what matters most, you may find yourself avoiding it, delaying it, or convincing yourself that you will get to it later. And this silent resistance can slowly break your momentum if you are not aware of it, turning your well-planned strategy into another unfinished system. But if you push through this phase with awareness and discipline, something remarkable begins to happen. Because each time you choose a high-priority topic over a comfortable distraction, you are not just improving your knowledge, you are strengthening your ability to focus, to endure difficulty, and to stay committed to long-term results. And as days pass, this repeated choice builds a new identity within you, one that is no longer driven by mood or convenience, but by purpose and intention. And gradually, the very topics that once felt overwhelming begin to lose their power over you, because familiarity replaces fear, and understanding replaces confusion. And this is where the suspense deepens, because many students reach this stage and assume they have mastered the system, believing that consistency alone will guarantee success. But they overlook one crucial element that can either accelerate their progress or quietly hold them back. And that element is reflection, because without regularly reviewing your ranking, your progress, and your understanding, you risk falling into a new form of autopilot, where you continue working hard but lose alignment with what truly matters. And this is how even the most dedicated students can find themselves studying for hours yet feeling uncertain about their results. And so the method demands something more from you, something deeper than effort. It requires awareness, the willingness to pause, to evaluate, and to adjust your strategy as you grow, ensuring that your time remains aligned with your goals. And when you embrace this level of intentional studying, you begin to operate differently from the majority, moving with clarity while others remain stuck in confusion. And it is in this quiet transformation that the true power of the topic ranking method reveals itself. As you move forward with this method and continue refining the way you rank, prioritize, and approach your study material, you begin to experience a transformation that goes far beyond improved grades or better test performance. Because what you are really building is a system of thinking that can guide you through any challenge in life, a system rooted in clarity, intention, and the disciplined use of your time and energy. And this is where the final layer of the topic ranking method reveals its true depth, because it is not just about choosing what to study, but about understanding why you are choosing it, and how that choice shapes your future. And when you fully embrace this mindset, you no longer see your syllabus as a burden or an obstacle, but as a structured path where every step has meaning, and every effort contributes to a larger goal. And this awareness creates a powerful sense of confidence within you, because you are no longer reacting to pressure or fear. You are acting with purpose and control. And as this confidence grows, it begins to influence every aspect of your routine, from how you manage your time to how you respond to setbacks, turning challenges into opportunities for growth rather than reasons to doubt yourself. And this is the moment where you realize that smarter studying is not a temporary strategy, but a permanent advantage, something that will continue to serve you long after your exams are over, guiding you through future learning, decision-making, and personal development. And while others may continue to chase shortcuts or rely on last-minute effort, you will move with a calm focus that comes from preparation and understanding, knowing exactly where to direct your attention and why it matters. And this clarity becomes your edge, allowing you to achieve more with less stress, less confusion, and far greater consistency. And as you look back at the way you once studied, jumping randomly between topics and hoping for the best, you will see how far you have come, recognizing that the real change was not in the amount of work you did, but in the way you approached it. And this realization carries a quiet but powerful truth, that success is rarely about doing everything, but about doing the right things at the right time with full awareness. And when you live by this principle, you begin to unlock a level of performance that once seemed out of reach, turning your efforts into meaningful results and your goals into achievable outcomes. And as this journey continues, remember that every decision you make about your time is shaping the person you are becoming. And by choosing to study with intention, you are choosing to build a future defined not by chance, but by design. And if you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.